Welcome to this practice for butterfly pose. So I'm going to show you a couple of variations and just explain why it's really useful for your pelvic awareness, your pelvic flow, your menstrual flow, and how it really can affect your brain health. So we're going to start first and foremost in a child's pose. We just want to relax into the posture and just get everything sort of relaxed and refreshed for this posture. So we're going to come into extended child's pose. So big toes together, your knees wide. If you've seen my previous video, we go through child's pose in more detail and why we do what we do. So I want you to just come down into a passive child's pose. So bringing your arms in front, relaxing your elbows, relaxing your fingers, and then bring your head to the ground. If your head doesn't reach, then grab a block. Get your third eye on the ground and then release into it. So we'll take 3 breaths together, breathing in and breathing out. And again, inhale. As you exhale, allow the shoulders to relax and melt and let go. One more, inhale. Take your attention to where your bra strap is on your back. And as you exhale, release that area of the back down into the ground. So we're just going to be here for a few more breaths. Just really igniting that parasympathetic nervous system, calming down any cortisol levels, maybe stresses of the day, or if you've had a disturbed sleep and you're doing this in the morning. So just breathing in and breathing out. If it feels good when you breathe in, draw your core in. If it feels good and you know how to do it, then ignite Ujjayi breathing. But whatever feels good for you, if you're actually in your menstrual cycle at the moment and the idea of drawing your core in is filling you with dread, then don't do it. Let your belly hang. Let your shoulders relax. Let your elbows press into the ground. Imagine the ground's like treacle and it's just supporting your elbows. Let your fingers release. Couple of more breaths. Just allowing that to melt and let go. And then from here we're going to slowly come up and back onto our seat. So just take your palms either side of your face. Press yourself up. Bring your palms nearer together. Thumbs touching, fingers wide. So spread your fingers, and as you do that, press your palms into the ground. Press yourself up. Make that back really straight, pressing your hips back, breathing in and breathing out. Just allowing that tension to melt and let go. And release. And then I want you to come all the way forward onto your mat. So you might want a blanket just for your ankles, and I would grab a yoga brick now. Let's just pop that at the front of your mat. And then what you're going to do is you're going to come into a seated posture with your feet together. So soles of your feet together. So from here, we're going to interlace the fingers. Doesn't matter which way. Pop your interlace over the front of your toes. And then just take a moment just to see how that feels. So just flap your butterfly wings. Just let them go up and down. Oh, easing out any tension. If you've had a rubbish night's sleep, just start to get some energy in those legs. Maybe do alternate sides, moving back side to side. If this is your night time and you've had a rubbish day, just let all that negativity leave your hips, leave your thighs, leave your legs, and we'll get grounded. If you haven't watched my video on how to stay grounded, I'll pop a link in the description. Just gives you some ideas of what to do. And then just let your legs release. And so from here, you've got a couple of options. We're just going to come into a forward fold for now. So you're going to inhale and draw yourself up. And then as you exhale, you're going to bend those elbows and bring them on the outside of your legs. And then from here, you're going to release your head, not as far down as you would be in a yin posture, but in an angle that feels as if you're lengthening from the base of the spine all the way up to the top of the head. So if you're looking at your back, you're in a nice long line. So I'll just turn around so you can have a look and see what that looks like. So we're coming up, drawing the spine up, and then exhale, bringing the elbows out in front of the legs, and then we drop the head just enough just to get that nice length, and you'll start to feel this in your inner thighs. So this posture is wonderful if you're having period pain. Even if you no longer have your periods anymore and you're feeling a bit kind of those days where you can't be bothered to do anything and you want to do something but you don't know what, come into butterfly pose. It makes everything seem so much better. So relax into it and breathe, breathing in and breathing out. Breathing in and breathing out. As you breathe in, you should feel a rise of the chest from the belly all the way through to the top of the throat. And as you breathe out, you should feel your elbows pressing into your legs, to the middle of your shins, to deepen your stretch. Well done. So let's have a little break. Plant the hands, push yourself up, and then keep your feet where they are, but bring your hands behind you and just do a little bit of a counter stretch. So pressing the hands into the mat, lift your gaze up, look up, draw your shoulders back, Oh, and feel that lovely release in your shoulders, in your upper back, your middle back, your lower back. Breathing in and breathing out. And then come back to center. Plant the feet now on the mat. Oh, a bit like the Tin Man, creaking. And then just take some windscreen wipers over one side and the other. Maybe lift the buttock off the ground just so you start to get a really nice stretch, pressing in to the opposite hand, releasing that tension in the hips, which is where we hold all our tension, which is usually responsible for most of our backache. And then we're going to come into a yin variation just for a couple of minutes. If you want to do a longer variation of this, I do a practice. I'll pop the link in the description. Do a nice yin practice. You can do either 60 minutes or 90 minutes, depending on how much time you've got. We come into this posture and we also come into Supta Baddha Konasana, which is reclined butterfly. But for now, we're just going to do our forward fold butterfly. So you might need 2 blocks. You might even need a pillow. So grab any props that you've got and just have a go and see how it feels. So again, we're just going to come into that same posture, soles of the feet together, and then interlace the fingers around the feet. Breathe in, lifting up. And as we breathe out, elbows come on the outside of the shins and we come down. But now we're going to be passive. So now we're going to release the weight of the head towards the ground. But it does feel nice if you have some props. So what I like to do is grab a couple of blocks. Now it can take a little bit of maneuvering to get the right angle and the right kind of lift for you. And what you're aiming to do is pop your head on the pillow or the blocks or whatever prop you've got, and then just release. So you want to get your fingers back to where they were. They may just hug the props, and then get your head down, and you're aiming to really release your head into the props. So you may need to lift them up. So you may want the props higher. You may not want your pillow. You may need that extra stability of the prop, of the block, on a different angle. So play around with it. If you're struggling with your props, take them out and let your head just hang. But it is worth it, because once you start to relax and press your forehead, your third eye, into the block, you will start to feel a release in your inner thighs, even deeper. And once you start to feel that release, you can start to reduce the height of your props and come further forward. And again, you can also move your legs further away from you, bringing that stretch deeper and deeper down. So by moving your legs away, you're bringing a deeper stretch in the glutes, in the hamstrings, inner thighs. And you might feel that you can relax deeper into it, moving your props, pushing your legs away from you as you breathe into the stretch. So do a couple of breaths here, breathing in and breathing out. Once you've found your edge, and then we'll stay here for 3 minutes. So if you get agitated during that time, go back to your deep breathing, breathing into your belly and draw the breath all the way up through your chest to your throat. And just take a moment to allow your hips, your muscles, your joints, everything to relax. Let the tongue relax in the mouth and release. So start to deepen your breath now, indicating to your body that you're going to move. Unravel your hands and then plant the palms and slowly start to lift yourself up, removing any props as you go. So really take your time here. And slowly come back and do that counter pose again. So bringing the hands behind you, plant the palms, fingertips facing forward, draw the shoulders back. And if it feels good for the neck, just let the neck release back. It's really good for your thyroid, which is located in the front of the neck, and your throat chakra. If you're not familiar with your throat chakra, I do have a video on that, so I'll pop that in the description. Well done. And then slowly come back, take your time. And let's just end our practice. Let's just bring the legs back in together. Maybe bring the soles of the feet closer in and just hug your knees. So take your arms around, grab one wrist, whichever one feels natural, and then keep the feet together. Press yourself up and in. Bring those knees in together as much as you can. If you're on your period, keep your legs a little bit wider to give your belly that space. And then just draw yourself up. Close the eyes. Notice how you feel. Notice the tension released from your hips, from your jaw. And then we'll just come into an easy posture, just cross-legged, nothing fancy. Bring your palms together, bow your head. Namaste. Thank you so much for joining me on the mat. I hope you found this practice beneficial. And the next practice in this series is going to be cat-cow. So they both go hand in hand. There isn't a cat without a cow. So we're going to look at cat-cow and how that can really help you and really get that energy moving in your body without too much effort. And I think you'll all agree we do love a bit of that. So I'll see you on the mat next time. Thank you for joining me. Namaste.